back, everybody, to the FOF Guide starring the FOF. This is the second episode where the FOF chats with Kennedy, who is a high school student that is ready to set herself up for success. In this episode, Kennedy talks about finishing her first semester in her senior year and what she has plans to do after high school. The FOF will be doing one episode with Kennedy after every one of her semesters until she's done. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's find out what she's got planned.
Okay, Kennedy, thank you very much for being on my show again. Appreciate that.
Of course.
How's school going for you?
Good. Yeah, I'm on spring break right now. So
right now, and your first semester was pretty good?
Yeah, it was good.
Were there any surprises on your report card or anything? Or anything you did really well and you didn't know? Or
I was surprised I got a B in French, to be honest. My expectations were much lower just because of my history with French, but I got I forget the percent, but it was pretty good actually. So I was impressed with that. I got 2 A's and 2 B's for the first semester, and I was happy with that.
oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know, I struggle with French as well. You know, I can't believe I actually got a C plus in grade 12. I was a little shocked. I was like, yeah,
I would be fine with that too, but a B was really nice.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So your grades are good and everything. That's good. That's perfect. Okay, I got a question about the project. What kind of project do you work on at school for a long time? Like, is there any ongoing projects, that CAP thing or whatever it is?
The capstone. So capstone is done now, but I worked on it over like the entirety of my first semester, and it's all dependent on like how much time you want to put into it. So it's a passion project. I think I said that before, where you pick what you want to focus on, and as long as you can prove that you can and have spent 40 hours on it at least, then you're good. So I chose guitar for mine. I thought it would be easier, and it's a personal interest as well. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just take the opportunity. So every day after school and on weekends, I would practice and I would take videos of myself and what I was learning, and then at the end I showed kind of like a week by week, and then I showed the end and how far I had come. But like lots of different things. Like one of my good friends, she did crocheting for hers, and she how, and her from the start to the beginning, like it's crazy. She got so much better, and I think a lot of people decided to do like personal interest because that way you can spend time on it and get better.
Awesome. So you're doing really well on guitar playing. All right, you play pretty good now, or what are you playing right now?
All right. I did for my last song that I played, like to show how far I'd come. I did Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers on my electric guitar. Yeah, it's a great song. It's hard to play just because it's a little bit fast, but I wanted to pick something more challenging so that I could actually like show like, look, I'm not bad anymore. And I knew it would take work, but obviously that's the whole point of capstone. Is it's kind of the main goal is to show that you are able to accomplish something on your own time and be independent and get things done outside of school and without, having a set criteria almost.
So basically they just want to know, you just want to show that you're able to say, hey, able to do something that you put your mind to, and maybe feel really
they want to know you can do it on your own pretty much.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So are there any bigger projects out there, or is there a lot of video projects or what? Or
well, the one thing with capstone is you can do it in any way you want. Like it's super nice just because of how open it is. So people, like I did a video, some people did like they brought in kind of demonstrations, like my friend brought the blankets she made and the shirts she made, and then my other friend started girls can get like eyelash extensions, so she started a business for that, and she had to show her business model and her profits and all the money stuff. Not for me, but I think in future classes, like the classes I have now, it won't be as big as Capstone, because Capstone is by far the biggest project for grade 12 students.
Okay.
But coming up, so far I've just done essays and like for my urban studies class, it's a class on urban planning and designing. So like designing neighborhoods and cities. I had to design my own park, make sure it met all the bylaws. I had to draw like a bird's eye map of the park. I had to give the location of the park. And that would have to obviously correspond with the bylaws in the area. And then I had to present it to the class and some urban planners from the township. So I was kind of nervous for that one, but that was cool.
Wow, that's really neat. I wish they did that kind of stuff when I was in
But
they just say you did paper and pencil tests and essays, and I did do animation stuff like that, but I never really put out too much.
I haven't any animation. I mean, I've done artworks, but never really any animation yet.
Well, if you ever get a chance to do a part-time study on that stuff, it's really interesting stuff. I took that quite a little while, and I stopped and then went back just to fill myself in on the new stuff, but it's pretty much it. So here's the big question today. How the heck do you apply to colleges? Like, is there universities now? How does it work exactly? Like,
yeah, so it's definitely a lot. It's much more different than it was a few years ago, but it's all on now. So yeah, you start out, so we have, what's it called? I think it's just BC Transcript Services. I'm not sure what it is for the other provinces, but from what I know, as a current high school student, you are to log into an account that your school should give you the information to log in for. And then through that, you pick, you go through this little like chart, and you get to pick the province, and then you select all the schools from that province that you want to send your transcripts to. And then you literally just press send transcript. You'll get an email confirming that you've sent your transcripts, and it doesn't cost any money, which I'm pretty sure, because it used to be you would have to pay for a transcript or whatnot. But and then from there you can go to the different institutions that you want to apply for. I know UBC was probably the most lengthy one I did, because they wanted multiple like paragraphs with these questions, like tell us about who you are, tell us about why you want to come here. And then some of them are just more straightforward, like pick what you want, enter your grades, and that's it. And then you just pay the fee, but all of it is online, and it's pretty simple. I know in the beginning of the year I was a little worried, because I thought like, oh, I'm not going to know how to do any of this, but my school anyway had a lot of presentations for the grade 12s to go to, where we could just learn about how everything's going to work, and they would give us walkthroughs on that, so it made it a lot easier.
That's interesting. So when I did mine, of course, what I had to do is I had to like buy the transcripts, had them sealed, and then send them to the school, which not exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess I can go online now and get my grades, hopefully.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure at the time. So yeah. So, but who did you apply to?
UVic, which is the University of Victoria on the island, UBC, University of British Columbia, the University of Calgary, Simon Fraser, and Douglas College.
So did you get into all these or what?
So far I've gotten into them all except for UBC, but they haven't finished doing their admissions yet. So a lot of the applications I did were early. So their early applications, or early admissions, sorry, come out for some people. But if you're not in an early admission, it doesn't mean you're not gonna go. But yeah, I think I'm really leaning towards UVic right now, just because it's a great school. It's a cool place. Yeah.
I actually heard it's easy to make really easy to make friends out in Victoria.
Yeah.
because I guess everybody's from somewhere else, right? I mean,
Yeah, I kind of have to, be open and be social with everyone. New school, so.
well, like I said, even if you move away, at least we'll be able to still do the Zooms
Mhm.
and for all those who are listening right now and know this is the first video they watch, I'm going to be following you, Kennedy, for till you're done your schooling.
Mm.
See what happens, right? But
Yeah.
do you still want to become a prosecutor?
Yes, I still do. It's been since grade 7, but hopefully I don't change my mind like too late or anything. But it's always been a passion, like law, especially, and the justice system is something I've always seen careers and found those more interesting out of everything else that you can do. So I think prosecutor is my way to go still so far. But yeah.
Okay, well, like I said, even what I said the last video, sometimes you change your mind. Sometimes say, hey, I
Yep.
want to become a detective, or I want to become a distribution center manager, whatever you want to do. I mean,
Well,
things change.
that's actually my backup. If I don't want to go through law school, I would want to probably get into policing, and being a detective would be high up on the list. So.
Well, I have a friend who's not, well, I guess kind of a Facebook friend, but he's a parole officer actually, and he says he does a
Mm,
good job and gets him the money, and he does it well, and he's been
yeah.
doing it for years, and he's doing really well. So he's pretty happy with what he's doing. So it's kind of a nice thing, right? But
Yeah.
so you just so to apply is it's all online, which is pretty amazing because, like I said, when I was back then, and we didn't do it. In fact, even before I went to school, what would happen is if you wanted to like not apply, but what do you call it? Go into a class, like
Mm, course or
applying for
something.
a course, you literally had to go to the building where they were, and you'd wait.
And actually tell them.
For here, it's like they give you like a Quallen. What they would do is they did say, okay, we have a opening for these classes. Your registration date is I don't know, August 1st. Where if it was someone like me in my last semester, I get first 10 a.m. on June 20th or whatever it may be, and you'd get it, right? So
Mhm.
you may not get what you want right away, but you stay there long enough, you'll get the really good registration date and
Yeah.
get what you want. So just be aware of that, and how about scholarships? Did you apply for any of those?
I did one. It was with the Rotary Club. So my dad just told me that my grandfather, I never got to meet him, but he was in the rowing club when he was younger, and so my dad thought that would be a good idea. I literally just recently did that one. It was only a few days ago, but
What's the process there? I'm just curious. Sorry.
oh, no worries. Same thing, just online, talk about yourself, and you just wait. Sometimes though, like, I know for me and some of my other friends, like, the application almost seems like, is that it? Because you do it, you fill out all these boxes, pretty much giving you the answer already, and then you just wait. And it's always like, oh, I feel like I should be doing more, but it's really so simple now that it's like, that's it. It's all you have to do.
That's a good thing,
Yeah, it is a
I
good thing.
never, sorry, I never actually applied for any scholarships.
Oh yeah.
So I'm doing well. It's just
No.
I probably would have went through school a little bit quicker if I did that, but but I didn't do that. But so you got acceptance letters. What does an acceptance letter look like?
Oh man, they're weird now. I mean, okay, from UVic, and SFU, I got an email that said I had a conditional acceptance, which is basically just means as long as you stay on the path that you are now and don't do anything horrible in your life, you're in. I also got an email from Calgary, and then a few days later I got a typed out, like, automated, just a letter of acceptance from them.
Mhm.
And then all the other places, what else was it? Oh, Douglas, they got back to me really quick. They were just a
Mhm.
conditional acceptance as well. Still waiting on UBC.
Mhm.
But yeah, UVic, or not, sorry, not UVic. Calgary was the only one that actually sent like a physical acceptance letter, or you know,
Okay.
whatever they use. So
Physical. Yeah. When I applied to SFU, I was pretty happy that I got in, and it was literally it's just like piece of paper that said, "Hey, we're
yeah,
accepted."
I was kind of bummed because I feel like it would be much like more exciting to get the letter and like hold it and be like, okay, what's it gonna say? But no, for me, I was just checking my emails at school, and you can literally see acceptance, like, in the little
Mhm.
blurb, like it shows you what's in the email. So before you even click on the email, you can see. So it's not really like there's no build up. You just see, oh, I'm in. And yeah, but that's the only downside. At least it's quick.
Yeah, I mean, you could print it out and show your
Yeah,
parents.
I could.
Frame it.
But I don't know. I wouldn't know the answer. Like I was kind of like, oh, I wish like they would have, made a big bold title. It says like regarding the status of Kennedy Rain, and then like you gotta scroll down and then, but no, unfortunately not. I was sitting in my classroom.
So I actually went through quite a few of the questions already. This is going to be a bit quick and hopefully not, but I mean, we've only been talking for 10 minutes right now, right? Some of that. Well, anyways. How do you think that your last semester is going to help you, or the last semester you did is going to help you with going to college and stuff like that, or just you personally?
I think like things felt like they were moving pretty quick last semester, and I really don't think it's going to slow down for grade 12. I've heard that from older people I know, that it just flies by the last year. But I think with last semester, a lot of like myself and my classmates were just kind of worrying about, okay, what's next? But now that we've been through at least some of it, definitely reduces like the anxiety over like big changes that are coming, and like obviously people are going to be leaving for school and not knowing anyone. But honestly, everybody like has to remember that it'll just be okay. And I think last semester I just kind of realized that a little bit more. So at least for me personally, I feel more calm in the idea of there's big changes coming, but still not 100% on that. Obviously, I'd be having a big move if I go to the island, but
A dorm room or no dorm room? What?
dorm room. My parents told me I had to for the first year. They weren't gonna find some action. I mean, housing there is insane anyway, but UVic actually they do first year housing guarantee. So if you're a first year student, you're guaranteed a dorm on campus.
Now, is it a shared room or is it just one person?
Yeah, my friend and I applied for a shared dorm, which it's also online as well. But you put the other person's name and information in, and then it like, I guess the computer, I think, knows how to like group you in. I know it's not 100% that you'll get with the person you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put single or double rooms and one single, because you have to put 5 room choices, and then they go through and see which one are your highest picks and then give you it based on that.
Yeah. Okay. I've never actually gone to a real dorm room before, but I have been in the townhouses that were at SFU. My friend lived with one, and
Yeah.
there'd be this little living room and then a kitchen, and you go upstairs. There's a bathroom and then 2 rooms, more stairs up, a bathroom, 2 rooms, and then that was the townhouse. They're pretty cool there. They're really
Yeah. Ours are not that no, they're not ugly or anything. They're just so there's the building, and then I'm pretty sure so you obviously have your room, and it's just a room with, storage, 2 beds if it's a double. And then the floor that you're on, I'm pretty sure they all have like a communal bathroom. And then they also have a communal kitchen. So if you need to use like a microwave, you can just go out to the kitchen or get water, whatever you need to do. So everyone on the floor, I think for UVic, shares bathrooms and kitchens. But you could always get like a mini fridge or something for the dorm room.
And a microwave.
Yeah.
And a microwave. Yeah, you can do that too. I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, I don't know what a dorm room really is like. So I've only been in the townhouses or at SFU, but I'm interested to see what they look like. Maybe you can take some pictures, maybe.
Yeah, I could totally.
To see.
They're literally just like a small room, which kind of sucks, but it'll be fun. At least I can live on my own, is what I keep saying, because if I wasn't gonna move for school, like with the cost of everything right now, I wouldn't be able to move out for a long time, especially with going to school.
Yep.
So I just kind of thought, this will be something cool to do in my life, and if it doesn't work out, I can always move back the next year, because transferring between universities is way easier than getting into them. So yeah.
Just to keep this in context and all that stuff, you got to make sure that when you go to another school, that you don't take too many courses, because then if you go to another school and you took too many courses at one area, they'll say, okay, we only take 50 credits from here, 60 credits from there, and then you can't take any more credits. So that's what happened to my friend. He took a bunch of courses and he went to SFU, and he's like, well, we can't use all these. You can only select. So I'm not saying he wasted time, really. I mean, education is very important.
Yeah.
But he wasted kind of some credits. It was unfortunate. So
yeah.
So what is a tip you can give to people who are applying to colleges? Like, is there some kind of hints or something like that to do it properly? What's the do's and don'ts and all that kind of stuff? Or
just when you're starting out with high school, think about, like, it doesn't have to be like what your future career is going to be, obviously, but think about kind of what you want to get into, and then on your own time research the kind of courses that you need, because the amount of people I know that are like, okay, I really want to do this, but the courses that they took throughout high school, they don't have the right courses, or they don't have the right, and it's cost more money to take those courses in university than in high school, and obviously it's going to take more time. So I would just say, like, look ahead, or at least be broad enough with what you pick. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm only going to focus on woodworking for the entirety of high school. Like, I took urban planning, and I have never had interest in that. I just thought, like, this will be cool. Why not learn about it, see? But yeah, think about your future. And I would also say, don't freak out. It's not a big deal. Just apply, and
Well, I know if somebody doesn't take French in high school, they can still take it in
Yep.
a conditional thing. They can take French in college and learn like that. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you might as well get it for free.
That's the only reason I'm saying that. It's just, it would be a lot easier to take it during high school than in university. Plus, it kind of stresses people out when they see that, oh, like, I don't have the right courses. It kind of feels like, oh, I'll never, like, I can't get in, or I can't do that. But like, you can. It's just, it's going to take a bit more time to do that.
Yeah. So basically, do your research. Yeah, it's pretty.
Just look into what do you want to do with your life, what interests you, and yeah, you should be fine. Not a big deal.
Well, I'm looking forward to the summer when you get off school and you choose where you want to go. We'll talk again.
Yep.
And I really appreciate you letting me follow you through this whole process. I think we're onto something here, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, Kennedy. I appreciate that, and I'll see you. So you see you in a while, okay?
Okay.
All right.
If you like the FOF Guide videos, we got a lot more in store for you. Hit the notifications bell so that you know that we got them coming out. Hit like, hit subscribe. always leave a comment. Whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, let us know.